This video is going to be your cooking glossary for whenever you're in doubt or if you want to just refer to some instructional videos. The next term I'm going to talk about is a term that's going to completely change your life for whenever you're grilling, you're sauteing, you're searing, and that term is marinating. Put it very simply, marinating literally means taking the main hero of the dish, taking a bunch of spices, making either a dry rub or a wet rub with oil or yogurt or something, and letting your main hero of the dish sit and rest in those spices. This is going to do two things. One, it's going to tenderize the protein, or it's going to really tenderize and impart a lot of flavor into what you're cooking. The second thing you want to keep in mind is you really want to marinate for as long as possible. Yes, flash marination is great. You don't have a lot of time. You took your chicken breasts, marinated them in garlic powder, ginger powder, cumin, paprika, cayenne. You use our sauces to marinate stuff. Amazing. That's great. I feel genuinely with my experience that the best sort of marination happens is when you let the protein sit overnight in the fridge for more than 12 hours. That's when all the protein really soaks in the flavor of the marination, and when you can feel the protein be absolutely tender and flavorful. What a lot of people don't understand is braising is extremely simple. If I had to summarize what braising essentially means roasting and then stewing. You have a tough cut of meat and you don't want to cook it in the oven for too long. So what do? You essentially get some color on it, you get a sear on it, and then you let it slow stew in some sort of liquid. Be it water, be it stock, be it just something in which the proteins are going to break down with the moisture. That's what braising is. I feel braising produces the most succulent and the most tender meat ever. But that being said, braising does not mean you can only braise tough cuts of meat. You can also braise vegetables. We have a fantastic recipe which is braised cabbage with coconut milk and tahini and chickpeas, where essentially what we're doing is we're taking our shallow braiser, getting it hot, getting some nice color on the cabbage, adding coconut milk, chickpeas, a turmeric tahini sauce, and just let it gently simmer and stew till the cabbage becomes nice and tender. This just goes to show that you don't need meat to braise, you can even braise your vegetables. The word sauté comes from the French word sauter, which means to jump, which means there's enough heat in the pan that when you add your vegetables and you toss, the vegetables should jump in the pan. So that's what sauteing means. So next time you have a pan on which is on high heat and you add your onions, what you want to do is you want to make sure that there's enough heat in the pan that when you toss your pan, the onions fly in the pan, because sauté literally means to jump. So it literally means cooking your vegetables at rapid heat, ensuring that they get some color on it while you're still adding more vegetable seasonings to those vegetables. The word searing literally comes from the sound of what happens when the food hits the pan. So a lot of times in all our cooking videos, you're always going to see me not add the protein or not add anything to the pan till the pan's not hot enough. The pan's hot enough, there's oil and the vegetables, all the meat is going or getting laid in the pan away from you. That's what's going to make that sound. That's what's going to get that color, and that's what searing is. The next cooking term I'm going to talk about is a term that's taken TikTok and all the other social media worlds by storm. It's Hasselback. And I've done a Hasselback video in one of my videos where I make this fantastic Hasselback chicken with mozzarella, basil, and romesco. The link for that video is down in the description below. But just to simplify it, Hasselback literally means making thin slits in what you're cooking. One, it really helps cook the meat much faster. Second, it just means that suddenly there's more surface area for all the flavors to penetrate through and give more flavor. So I'm going to lay it, and then so what's essentially happened is I've made the slit, but it's not gone all the way through. So that's what I'm going to do again. There you have it. So you have these things which look like slinkies, in my opinion. But what's going to happen now is When I try to marinate this with oil and chimichurri or any of our sauces, all the sauce is going to go all the way inside. So rather than the sauce or the flavoring just coating the outer layer of the carrot is almost going to be cooked all the way inside. Now that I've made these slits, I'm exposing more surface area of the carrot to the heat, which is just going to make this cook so much faster. If you want to practice these skills and put these cooking terminologies that I just explained to you to good use, we have so many recipes, and all our recipes are made with our delicious sauces, which are just going to teach you that you don't have to be a professional cook to know how to use these cooking terms in your daily cooking. You can just follow our recipes, use our sauces, and it's just going to enable you in becoming a much better cook, and you'll eventually realize that you've honed your cooking skills over time by using our recipes. Be sure to post your questions, comments in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to always cook happy.